the two legs together and the two big toes together and the two knees apart. We're going to use that brick or book that you have there for your head. So that's where your forehead is going to be. This is child's position, in which we are going to sit the sitting bones on the heels. If that is not possible, you can take a little bit of a blanket or a cushion or a pillow that you have handy and place it between your buttocks and your heels. And then extend the torso forward. Extend the arms over your head. Press the palms strongly down on the floor and activate the upper arm muscles. So the elbows at the moment are not touching the yoga mat. Extend the size of the body, press the palms down, lengthen the neck, and the gaze and the nose are facing down to the mat, crown of the head facing the wall straight ahead, and the base of the skull is also extending from the shoulders all the way up to the fingertips. From there, we're going to look up, come up onto your hands and knees, and then make sure that your feet and your knees are hip width apart. Now tuck your toes under, and we're going to come into downward dog, but this downward dog, we will keep the knees bent for a second. So lift your knees, lift your hips, and then take your whole body back. So you need to feel that you're actually pushing your hands down and away from your armpits, and the armpits are ascending to the hips, and the hips are extending back as if someone was pulling you back from a belt around your hips. Last of all, release the head, release the neck, and then start slowly extending your legs fully. First, extend the soles of your feet back to the wall behind you. Then extend the head of the shin bone back, the center of your thighs back. Lengthen the hips back again, and then turn the upper arms from the inside out. Squeeze your outer elbows in. Feel the pulling of the muscles at the back of the legs. Pull up the knees and thighs and extend the back of the legs back behind you. Inhale, look up. Walk your feet closer to your hands, even if you need to bend your knees to do that. And look up and come up. Right. We're going to do a couple of standing poses now. So you can catch that book that you had or a brick and take it between your hands. The two legs are going to be together. And we're going to catch the book from the side so that you can have the palms pressing into it and the fingers straight. What I want is for us to have the elbows really close to the body. So bring the elbows closer to the body, and basically the first exercise is extending the arms in front of us, but making sure that we are engaging the muscles at the back of the upper arms and squeezing the book as if you actually wanted to fold it in two. So first of all, align your body as if you were leaning against the wall behind you. Two shoulders, back of the waist, buttock skin going down, and the heels touching that wall. And then really squeeze that book with the fingers pointing up. And really, you want to start thinking that you are going to be able to fold the book using your pectoral muscles. And then lift your elbows level with your shoulders. Keep squeezing your outer elbows in and extend the arms with the resistance of you still wanting to squeeze the book and fold it in two. Keep your body back. Keep the thighs back. Keep the shoulders back. And then last of all, wrap the muscles of the upper arms around the bone. So you are actually opening up the top of the elbow up to the ceiling, lifting the chest, lowering the buttocks. And then bring with that same resistance the book back near your chest. Keep the elbows by your sides And now we are going to lift the arms up over your head. I'm going to kneel so that you can see me, but you're still standing up. Same action. You don't want to allow the elbows to go out. You want to squeeze into the book as if you were going to fold it, and then lift. Lift it up. Start lifting it with the resistance that the elbows won't go out. Lift and squeeze. Lift the arms and squeeze the palms. Squeeze the wrists. Carry on lifting, carry on lifting, carry on lifting. The fingertips need to reach the ceiling and the buttock bones need to reach the floor. So activate those muscles at the very top of the buttocks to lengthen the waist down, and activate the upper arm muscles to lift the book up more. Now, the angle between the armpit and the ribs needs to open. So carry on lifting those arms. And then with the same resistance, bring the hands back down. Well done. And now, same action as before, but instead of keeping the book in front, we're going to have it behind. So you want to keep the two hands behind you. To begin with, we'll need the elbows bent, but the idea is to extend the elbows all the way to the floor. Not up, because what I want is the shoulders to roll outwards, but you want the book to go down. So still with your 2 feet together. Also, don't allow the thighs to go forwards. Keep the whole body as if you were leaning against the wall, and then bend the elbows and catch the book or the brick. Squeeze the outer elbows in and notice how the pectoral muscles are opening at the moment. So there's no wrinkles in your t-shirt if you look. Now, from here, squeeze the outer elbows and start extending from the shoulders to the elbows, and the fingertips are going down at the same time as you're squeezing into the book. Bring your elbows closer to one another and extend them. Extend them and roll the upper arms from the inside out. Squeeze the hands, extend the arms. Try and reach the floor with your fingertips, squeezing the palms into one another and squeezing the book. And then release. Now, with the same prop, we're going to bring it down. So this time around, we will use it for the hands. We'll place the book there, and what we have just been doing is working against basically some imaginary resistance. Now the resistance is going to be real. So the floor is your point of resistance. If you can reach your hands to the floor, you will put them at either side of the book, and then bend the elbows and keep pushing into the ground with the palms open at either side of your book or brick. So bend the elbows. If you need to bend the knees, you can bend the knees as well. And really push the floor away from you. Try to do this action of pushing from the knuckles of your fingers and the tips of your fingers, not so much from the wrists. You want the wrists to actually suck up to the elbow and the upper arm muscles to suck up, to lift your body up. Look up at the front edge of your mat and start extending your legs if you can. Extend your arms and push the floor away from you. Now, if you have tighter hamstrings and you cannot reach, you can have a chair, you can have a sofa or something where you can place your hands and push against with the palms, with the upper arms. Lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms, open the inner elbows, and then bend the legs, look up and come back up. Great. Okay, we have been working the arms quite a bit. Now we're going to work the legs a little, where we are still going to use that prop, between the thigh muscle and the triceps. So we will hold, I'm sure you've seen this pose before. This is tree pose. Classically, the pose is that way. Now, what we're going to do is hold one end, so lift the foot up by extending the standing leg. This is pressing into the thigh is pressing into the book, and then we'll lift up, and then we'll lift up, and then with the resistance being these 2 points. Yes, that's it. Now flex the foot and try and bring it closer to your groin, as if you were going to actually do tree pose. Yes, that's it. Now grip the outer hip of the standing leg and keep squeezing that elbow into the block, the thigh into the block upwards, and then revolve the body away from the book. Revolve the body away from the book. And then inhale, catch the book with the other hand, let go. Let's repeat to the other side. So what we're doing is catching the book between, oh yes, that's miles better. That's going to help you so much more. Push the brick into the thigh and the elbow into the thigh, and then really straighten and lengthen the standing leg. Little step up, gripping the outer hip of the standing leg, lift that leg, squeezing the thigh up into the prop and the elbow down into the prop. Now flex the foot of the raised leg and keep squeezing it in towards the thigh, in towards the groin. Now, last of all, we want to revolve the body away from the prop, away from the prop. It is a balancing pose. And then catch the prop, standing Tadasana. Okay, we'll add a little bit extra challenge here. If you are familiar with the pose called half moon, which is normally done in this way, so you start in the triangle, then you bend, and then you end up balancing in this way with one leg up and one leg down. But you have the floor for your hand and for your foot. Today, the front leg is going to be the only point of contact. So if you have very little balance, I would suggest having a piece of furniture or doing the whole asana against the wall if you've got the space. Otherwise, because we will do it in this way, first of all, lifting the thigh of the raised leg and then squeezing with the elbow so much that you will be straightening that leg and then straightening the elbow. Yeah? That's it. Okay, you can use a chair or you can use any kind of prop or the wall even to hold on to with your left hand, yeah? So with the right, you're squeezing into the brick, open the torso already, and then little by little start lifting the thigh of the raised leg. Lift the thigh, lift the thigh, lift the thigh, lift the thigh. That's it. You're there. Can you extend the two legs now? And then extend the arm, only if you can, extend the arm that's attached to the brick. Well done. Now bend the right leg, find your yoga mat and catch the brick. Inhale and come back up. So hopefully the abdominal muscles, transversals are working a little, and also the hip of the standing leg. Let's try the other side, shall we? So you know what's coming now. So what you can do is turn around and use the table if you want the support, or the chair, of course. Bend the left and then bend the left elbow. Place the brick over there. Already turning your torso away from the brick. And then very gently start lifting the right leg into the tip of the toes. Step in a little if you need to, and then squeeze that elbow into the block to straighten the standing leg. Top hand can rest on the chair or on the hip. And then last of all, if you're up for it, you can extend the elbow. Extend the elbow, open the chest. Bend the knee. Find your yoga mat behind you. Catch the brick. And then inhale and come back up. Great. One last one with a little bit extra challenge. So that coming back of this asana, where we were balancing, that coming back was just up to here. But now I would like to add, so from here, we will come back into that tree pose that we did today, and then extend the hand and leg together. So from this tree pose, we are going to extend. So it's doing the same shape of a half moon, but coming up into a vertical. Shall we do it together? So start by already turning your right leg out to the side. Place the brick, squeeze it into the leg and the elbow, and then come onto the toes of the right, of the left, and lift up. Open the chest, bring the chest up to the chin, and if you can, extend the right arm down. Now bend the right leg, find the yoga mat, and come up onto the toes of the right foot. Step in a little to the left. Great. And now grip the left hip to come into tree pose. Well done. Now flex that right foot and start turning your body away from the brick to extend the hand and the leg away from you. Yes, still without losing that brick. Lift the chest, extend the leg, extend the heel, 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 and then bend, catch the brick. That second time was miles better in balance-wise. Okay, other side. So bend and turn the left foot and get ready. Putting the brick on the thigh and the elbow on the thigh, on the brick. Come onto the toes of the right foot, step in a little, shift the weight, and start pressing the elbow into the thigh to stretch it. Stretch the thigh, extend the two legs, come into half moon pose if you can. Whoops, don't fall over like me. Extend the left leg, extend the torso, and the raised leg too. Now bend the leg, find your yoga mat behind you with your right, and now come onto the toes of the left and step in to the right. Step in. What we want is grip in the right hip to lift that leg up. This is like the tree pose we were doing earlier. Now, with that grip of the outer right hip, extend the heel of the left and the left arm. Turn your body away from that leg. Keep that thigh raised. Keep extending the heel. And then bend the leg. Catch the brick. And down you come. With that prop that you have there, put it on the ground in front of you, open the legs wide, and release your torso. So what you want is to have either the two forearms on it, if you can have, if you can reach there. Otherwise, the two hands, and relax the head and the neck so there is no tension. We're trying to have the head below the heart. That's what we're aiming at. Take a few inhalations and exhalations just to bring the heartbeat back to normal. And then bend your knees, lift your head a little, come down to a sitting position. And that same roller or book or brick that you had earlier on, we will put it right underneath our sacrum, right across the sacrum, just like so. So closer to the tailbone rather than to the waistline. And then extend the legs for a moment, and we will lift the chest to the chin, roll the shoulders to the mat, and extend the heels away together with the tailbone. So you want a long spine from the waist to the tailbone, and a raised chest to open again the wrinkles at either side of your t-shirt. We have worked the abdomen, and we have also worked the pectoral muscles. Now we want them to rest. So open the chest, take the shoulder tips down, and extend the legs away from you with the toes facing the ceiling and the heels touching the ground. Then bend your legs, bring the heels closer to your buttocks, and lift the tailbone to remove the prop to one side. Extend the tailbone down to land on the floor. And then if you want to stay with the legs bent, place your knees together and the feet apart. Otherwise, you can lengthen the legs, and once they are flat on the floor, allow them to roll out. Then open the arms, carry on rolling the shoulders down to the mat. And relax the head, the neck, the tongue in your mouth. Breathe in and out through the nose. Lift the chest with each inhalation breath. And as you exhale, soften the abdomen. When you're ready, bring your hands to rest where they are comfortable on your body. Bring the knees up to your chest and roll over onto the right-hand side, staying curled up. And then last of all, carry on rolling, push yourselves up into a sitting position. And then thank your body and mind for being healthy enough to allow you to do this session today. and thank the teachers before us who showed us the way so generously. Thank you for joining, and have a very, very good weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you, Sandy. You too.
Namaste.
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 Thank you. Thank you, Edward.
Have a nice weekend.
You too.